Welcome everyone. We are talking about building up the strength of the muscles. Now the strength of the muscles that are required for good amount of balanced walking. Good amount of balanced walking, okay? And it's important. That requires certain practices. This particular practice is very powerful. It's so simple and yet extremely powerful. I would like all of you to do this with me. You can have a chair with you. Initially you can have a chair, and then later on you will not need a chair. You can do it by yourself. And this practice is such that it will take into account the pressure, the shifting of the weight, plus training the joints, whatever the flexibility is there, understanding that, plus training the muscles. Here it goes. You're standing with your arms on the chair, relaxed completely, the upper body is completely relaxed. You're straight. Back is straight. This is an important part. Try not to lean forward. Back is straight, like that. And now, you'll all do with me as I count, okay? It's a very simple, it's called simple toe raises. Toe raises means lift up as much as you can and come back down and lift the foot up, both feet up. Lift up, keep the back very straight, arms relaxed. This is only for support. So I'm going to start counting, and we will start doing it slowly. We do not want to do fast initially. Gradually later on, as you build up your resilience and capacity, you can go faster. But initially we will do it slowly, and let's do this. And 1, 2, as high as you can. 3, 4, 5. Now introduce the inhalation and exhalation, so you are slower. Inhale. 6. 7. 8. Stretch yourself as much as possible. 9. 10. Inhale and exhale. 11. 12. 13. 14. Check all the pressures, the movements of the joints that you're going around. Ankle. 15. The knees are straight. The hips can go back a little bit. 16. Be aware of these things happening. 17. As high as you can, both ways. 18. If you start feeling a little tired, you may slow down. You may, if you are going to stop, if the leg is hurting you, 19. 20. If the leg starts hurting you, make a note of the number that you reach. That's your number. 21. That's the number for today. That's your limit of your exercise. 22. Inhale and exhale. 23. You notice I'm going a little faster. That's okay. 24. Continue. You're doing good. 25. 26. 27. Full extension, full raise, 28. And do it more and more if you can. 29. 30. 31. You're doing good. Continue doing this. This is giving exactly what you need for the calf muscles. 35. 36. Calf muscles is getting the thighs, the back, the hip muscles. They're all participating in this. 40. 41. They're all participating in this. Now, relax at the upper extremity. You do not put weight too much on that. You feel like putting weight on the chair, it's okay to do if you need to. But otherwise, continue. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. I'm going to stop at 50 for now. Reach up to 50. I hope everybody could do that. If you need to massage that a little bit, you may massage it at this point. If you feel tired or if you feel a little bit saying that my movement is needed, so move your legs a little bit. But what happened here is that you trained your muscles in your body, in your understanding. You trained them to go to 50. Now 50, let's say 50 is your starting point. Now you can do this without the support also, just like that. And you can do it, how often can you do it during the day? Any number of times. You are allowed to do any number of times. I give you permission for that. Because there's nothing wrong with that. But the important thing is this. Understand that when you start having the pain or when you start having some troubles, stop, make the note of it. You're gradually building it up as a resilience. Okay, you're not pushing it. You're remaining on what we call as a yellow zone. Green zone is completely comfortable. Yellow zone, when you have a little bit stretching, little bit discomfort, but that discomfort goes away as soon as you stop working with it. That's the green zone. That's the yellow zone. Red zone is when you say, why did I even attend this breath clinic? Kalind was horrible. I never want to go there back again because next day you're hurting, you have all kinds of stuff, massage or therapy and take aspirin, whatever you need to take. So, do not go to the red zone in this situation. However, gradually increasing the size of the yellow zone is an important aspect. So what you do now is, let's say 50, we started. So today is Thursday, 50 is your number. Tomorrow you add a little bit more, maybe 52. Whenever you do this practice, get up to that level, up to that stretch level that you're able to do, and then add a little bit more. And gradually keep on building on this. This is an important part. If we're going to make sure that our legs will support us, they have to be strong. They have to be strong. They have to understand. They are not the masters. We are the masters. We dictate what the legs do. I hope that that's the way you feel about it. They don't dictate our life. Arthritis does not dictate my life. No. I dictate what arthritis should do. Okay? That's the way we have to feel about that. And so now we have control of this. Now, one thing I will tell you before I end this particular section is what we are doing with these muscles is when we have enough oxygen on board, we have a good amount of ATP or energy units are created. These are called ATPs or energy units. About 38 units are created, 36 to 38 units are created when you have good amount of oxygen per glucose unit. That's very powerful. When the oxygen is less, supposing you get out of breath or something, or you're doing this too fast so that amount of circulation is going there, is not reaching that, whatever is happening, then you feel tired. For example, you run, if you have to catch a flight and you know you have landed on one terminal and there's a third terminal that you have to walk to, every one of us has felt that way. My goodness, why we do that? I can't walk the airport terminals. You felt that way, right? So when that happens, these muscles, they have acid buildup. And acid buildup, acid hurts, pain. Charlie horses or, like claw-like pain. That's what happens. And we have to get rid of that oxygen, that acid. That acid got rid of by good amount of breath. And recovery breath, we will take care of that later on. But there's another mechanism that muscles develop, and that is using that acid that got built up through another way. Instead of creating only 2 units of ATP, which when it happens to oxygen enough, they start utilizing the acid itself. What we're doing here is we're taking the muscles on a training camp. This is like a training camp. In the training camp, the muscles start learning how to use that acid. So that's basically what we're doing. And it's an important aspect because whenever we have that kind of strength in our muscles, we'll be more stable. Thank you.